Stand by, we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
So thank you for joining me and giving up some of your precious rehearsal time.
Well, I don't tend to rehearse. Do you rehearse? Have you rehearsed now?
Hours. I spent all morning just rehearsing that line.
I feel inadequate now. I should rehearse.
So clearly comedy seems to come quite naturally for you.
Well, I don't know about that. I wasn't a very funny child. I mean, I got stared at a lot. But I didn't have to be funny because I was very small, believe it or not. I'm now 6'1". Wow. And yes, it's quite difficult to blend in. So if you can't blend in, you make it deliberate that you stand out and you act like an idiot, so therefore you can't get called an idiot. Well, if you do get called an idiot, that's a compliment. That's my technique anyway.
Nice. So you say you were quite quiet as a child. What kind of got you into comedy then? What kind of...
Well, you know, my parents divorced. It's the only love I know. Its attentions of audiences, I think, is quite addictive.
Okay.
It's
getting you through the days.
Yeah, I did stand up for the first time at university, like properly doing like stand up comedy. I went to the Edinburgh Fringe before then and did little plays and things. But yeah, stand up at university was interesting because my first gig, I had to go on stage right after Russell Howard. So, woohoo!
Wow.
That wasn't at all. I died. To be fair, I think John Robbins and John Richardson were on the same night. So, and this is a tiny little goth pub in the centre of Bristol. And literally there were about 7 people in the audience who paid nothing to see Russell Howard.
Wow.
It was just bizarre.
How did it go though? Did it work
Oh
out?
no, it was awful. I wasn't funny for ages. I mean, properly not funny for ages, but you know. And some would argue still not funny. So, yeah, those are fun reviews to read. I'm so glad we live on social media.
So, how long have you been doing comedy then?
Well, university was a while ago. I mean, obviously, I'm only, 22 now. But that was a while ago. And I kind of, after university, I thought, I'm going to get a real job. And that didn't work out. So then I thought, I'll give stand-up a go. So I've been doing it professionally now. So like no other job, keeping 2 cats alive, that counts as professional.
Yep.
But I've been doing that now for about 5 years. Okay. So it's been going well. Cats are still alive. I have food.
I think that's the main thing. That's how you judge a comedian, by how many cats they're keeping alive.
Well, exactly. I mean, certainly female comics are very stereotypical like that. That's, or pugs, you know, one or the other.
So, being a female comic, is that something that...
Well, as a female comic, I will not talk about women's issues, period. Okay. So it is it's different, but also it's more fun. People often sort of say, oh, I hate following guys who talk about, you know, who do very masculine material. But actually what happens is all the women in the room switch off and you walk on stage and you say, hello, and you get a laugh.
Wow.
It's pretty easy sometimes.
Well, thank you for joining. Hopefully it comes out easily tonight.
Oh, I don't know. It's sometimes good to die.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, are you ready for an awesome comedian? Okay, so start the cheering. It's the wonderful Iszi Lawrence. Come on,
Hello. Hello. Excellent. You're all sort of here. You're all looking at me strangely, the way people do. I understand why. This look gets me in trouble quite a lot, as it happens. At Halloween, I went to a gig and then went straight to a Halloween party afterwards and accidentally won Best Costume. Yeah. As I quote, the ghost of Sue Perkins. I hate you for laughing at that. At the same time, I am grateful, but yeah, I'm a bit frustrated at the moment anyway. I'm in a long-term relationship with a man, yes, a man. I know. Some blokes in here are going, what? Somebody wants to have sex with David Lynch? Yeah. But, yes, you won't know this because you're all very young, but if you're in a relationship, and it's an older man as well, and the old stereotype about comedy is that, you know, women, you know, we get headaches and we don't like to, you know, do it. Actually, it's the opposite. If you're in a long-term relationship with a man, it is very difficult to make love if there's food in the house. A genuine conversation I had over Christmas was, oh, what now? Oh, but there are brownies downstairs. How about I eat a brownie, masturbate and you can watch. There's no joke there, that's just bitterness. It is much better, though, than living with my old flatmates, because at university, I made the mistake of living with Christians. Now, if you are Christian, do know, I do love you dearly. I'm going to make some jokes, okay? Right? It doesn't mean anything, right? It's just jokes. It's only words. It's like prayer. But I don't know... Like, this one, like your grand Christians, I was living with creationists. It was a bit like walking with dinosaurs, except they didn't believe in them, right? It was really confusing, because, like, for me, never mind the whole evolution thing, right? There's a scientific problem with the concept of heaven and hell, okay? Heat rises. So say you get up to heaven, you're up there in your bubble bath with Jesus, right? Naked, not in a gay way, just, you know, holding hands in the soapy water. Which is what I'm doing there. I would never, ever wank off a deity. That would be unfortunate. But no, you're up there in heaven, in your bubble bath, right? How do you think the hot water in heaven is being heated? If not down in hell, demons are shoveling Buddhist children into furnaces. A few of you looking absolutely horrified at that. Now, I've got a degree in geography, okay? Buddhist children are the best renewable energy source we have. You pick one up, you put it in the furnace, and it reappears. You pick it up, you put it in, reappears again. Reincarnation jokes. Yeah. But the worst thing about Christians, and if you know any, you'll know this to be true. If your mates are Christians, you've got people in your family who are Christians, you know the worst thing about them is they are nice all the cocking time, right? You cannot piss them off. My flatmates would do my washing up and thank me, right? And as a result, I could never say no to them. They were always just so lovely. And about 3 months after, like, moving in together, my flatmate comes to me and she says, "Hey, Izzy, I've had a look at our contract, right? I've had a look at our contract and we can get a flat cat." Not a flat cat, that's mental. But we can get a cat for the flat. Can we get a cat? I was like, yeah, I quite like cats. It'd be nice to wake up in the morning, little meow. How lovely would that be? Right? But because she's Christian, she couldn't go out and get a fresh one. No, she had to rescue one, like Jesus would have. So she went to the Cats Protection League and scraped one off the back of a cage. This thing was about 47 when she got it. It's got 3 legs, 1 eye, no teeth. You wake up in the morning hoping for a little meow. You don't get it. You just get this thing staring at you with 1 eye going... And I mentioned she was Christian, so she went off and got married. Guess who's looking after this thing, and guess what's still alive? Every morning I have to feed it sensitive jelly, right? Because it's got an upset stomach. And every morning I'm trying to have my ready break while this thing is face deep in meat behind me just going... It's like an old man having a wank. And I get enough of that at home now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I've been Izzy Lawrence. Good night.